What's going on YouTube? Beast Mode Gaming here, starting a new dynasty in Ncaa 13. I like playing college football. I really liked the college dynasty that they had going on. It ended in 2014. They ended up going to court with all the schools. The schools didn't like that they were making money off of the college players that weren't getting paid for anything. And good news, Immaculate Gaming is an indie company. They're coming out with a new game. They're trying to get it on shelves by 2019, I believe. If you go on their website, they have a whole write-up about what they're trying to accomplish, and if you want to donate money, they'll give you a lot of extra things. I know that there's at least 3 YouTubers that are really trying to push this. I think they gave them a lot of money or something, and they're trying to help them out by getting them donations and everything. So if you really like the college games and you want them back, check out Immaculate Gaming. They're trying to make it happen. So this is my new coach that I created, Jay Stewart. I have an offensive playbook that I used to play with, and I'm trying to find it right now. It has a lot of different options in it. It has a full spread offense, also has smash mouth offense that I like to use a lot when I have a good running back. Since I'm starting a new one and I'm trying to get one of the bad teams and build them up, it's probably going to be a little difficult in the beginning to use the smash mouth because my blockers aren't going to be blocking very well. My running back's probably not going to be very good. So I might have to try to use a lot of spread offense. So that's probably what I'm going to go with. I'm going to set the skill level on All-American and the recruiting difficulty on varsity. It's hard enough to try to get recruits with a really bad team. So I want to actually be able to build this team in a couple years and not have to play 8 years before I can actually build this team and make a good team. We're only going to do 5-minute quarters because I think if I do any more than that, the videos are just going to get super long, especially with all the recruiting that I'm going to be doing and all that kind of stuff. If you guys do want to see that, I might turn that into a separate video so that we can show all that aspect of it. But if you just want to watch the games, then you can do that as well. So I'm going to go down to the 1-star teams. Right now, I don't know what team I want. They're at a 63. FAU looks like it might be a good option. I think they're 60 overall. Memphis is 61. Mid-Tennessee 65. Northern Texas 69. San Jose 73 overall. Texas State 65 overall. I might try to go. UMass is 60 overall. I know there is one guy that's doing UMass. Western Michigan is one of the ones that I used last time. I think I'm in my 4th season with Western Michigan on my other dynasty, and I got a 47-9 record with them after a few years. So I'm going to end up going with FAU. I remember there was one game that I was doing. I think I was playing on UConn, and they ended up firing me because I wasn't doing good enough. Ended up on FAU as the defensive coordinator, and we actually did pretty good. Their division really isn't that tough, so it's easier to get good division standings, but the rest of it, they're not a very good team at all. So Jay Stewart signs his name on the dotted line for FAU. We're going to set up the recruiting board now, try to see who we can get next year and if we can build a good team to do a little bit of damage next year, maybe win a bowl game and try to win the conference championship. Alright, so let's look at what my school has to offer. Actually, we'll look at who I need first. I need a quarterback and I need a kicker. Looks like I'm pretty good on halfbacks and fullbacks. I need a defensive tackle and a strong safety. Looks like I got some pretty young wide receivers. I got 2 young tight ends. A lot of young tackles and guards. So it looks like I might be pretty good for a little while. And this is where the bomb dropped. I don't have anything over a C-, except for play style, playing time, proximity to home. Those are all specific player kind of deals. So I really need to find someone that I can give a lot of playing time to right out of the gate, which shouldn't be too hard. If they're over like a 60-something overall, I'm pretty sure they'll get a lot of playing time. They'll probably end up starting as freshmen over some of the seniors and juniors on the team. This team is just not very good at all. I'll be showing you guys the depth chart later. So this is who I ended up picking up on my recruiting board. Not very good overalls for people who want to come to my team already. I'm going to try to keep everyone that I recruit over a 50 overall this season. Next season, I'll probably jump it up to 55 or 60. That way I can slowly start building my team up. So all my recruits are going to become better and better. Alright, so now on to the depth chart. I got my quarterback is an 68 overall starting quarterback, and he's an impact player. Got a freshman halfback with a 66 overall. Speed rating's actually pretty good. His agility's pretty good. His acceleration's pretty good. His awareness could use some. He can actually truck pretty well. He has good ball carrier vision. Has a really good spin move. That'll definitely help me out. So it looks like I might try to run the ball a little bit with this running back. The other running backs didn't look too good, so he's got to stay in for most of the time. Fullback is a 65 overall. His speed's decent. I got a couple really fast wide receivers with an 85, an 85, and an 80 overall for speed. So I'm kind of wondering why their overall is at a 64. They must not be able to catch very well. He's got good carrying though, 74 for carrying. Palmer's got a 67 for carrying. Might try to switch him with Watkins. So he'll be my number 2 receiver. Watkins was a little bit better at catching, but 4 points really isn't all that much. So I'm going to keep Palmer at the number 2 receiver. I'm probably going to end up passing a lot to my tight end. I like tight end passes. It's a lot easier to get tight end passes in NCAA than it is in Madden, I've noticed. So I try not to throw to the wide receivers because I just throw a lot of interceptions normally. My tight end's actually pretty good. Hill's got a 90 acceleration, can juke a little bit, can catch pretty good. So I might be throwing to him quite a bit this season. My left tackle is at a 64 overall, 72 overall for my left guard. My center's at a 74. Right guard's at a 65. Right tackle's at a 67. And I'm going to look at the left and right ends. That's who I like to use on defense. I used to play with the middle linebacker a lot, but I found that the left and right end are really fun to play with, especially with the stick control that you can use to do swim moves and spin moves on the line to try to get to the quarterback and get sacks. So his finesse and power moves aren't too horrible for the kind of team I'm playing with. Looks like my left end's a little bit better than my right end. Defensive tackles, one of them's alright. Outside linebackers alright. Middle linebacker's pretty good with an 82 overall. He's probably one of my best players on the team. And he is a senior. He will be going away next year. 74 overall for the right outside linebacker. He's a junior. 69 to 67 for my cornerbacks. 68 for my free safety. 71 for my strong safety. Kicker's got a 79 overall, and the punter's got a 73 overall. The kickers on our team are actually kind of alright. They got a 77 kick power, 780 for accuracy. My kick returner is going to be Eric George, one of my cornerbacks. He's got an 84 overall. My punt returner is also going to be Eric George. And that's my depth chart. Now right here I was thinking about redshirting some players. The whole point of redshirting a player is to try to get a little bit more life out of them. But with my depth chart and the freshmen that we have, our freshmen really aren't that good to begin with. So even if we redshirt them, I mean, Mays is probably going to go from a 55 overall to maybe a 60 overall next year. So I really don't think it's going to help the team out that much. Pretty much all these freshmen really aren't that good. And actually, Jay Hartwell at like 4 or 5 down right here with the 66 overall. He's actually my starting halfback. So there's no way I can redshirt him because he's pretty much one of the better halfbacks in the game on my team. So I really can't redshirt him. I'll only have 3 halfbacks at that point, and it's just really not worth it. If I'm going to run the ball a lot, I'm going to want 4 running backs at least. Try to get them switched in and out so I can prevent injuries and have a decent season. So now we're going to go into the schedules. And I'm playing number 6 Georgia and number 1 Alabama. Those are going to be extremely tough games. I tried switching them out, but every time I did, the strength of the schedule went down from a C- to an F. I wanted to try to keep it at a C- at least. So yeah, right here I decided to try to put Western Michigan, since that's my other dynasty team. I was going to play them and see if I could beat my own team, basically. But yeah, right there it brings my strength of schedule down to an F. So I'm actually thinking I'll probably put up Boise State. And I really didn't want to play Boise State at their house. I wanted to play at my house. And it just brought my strength of schedule down to an F just by playing at home for both the Boise State and Alabama game. So I needed to play one of them at their house, and I decided to go with the number 21 Boise State because they got the blue field. I love the blue field. I think it looks awesome, especially in this game. So I decided to play Boise State away and play number 1 Alabama at home. And that kept my strength of schedule at a C-. So I got my recruiting board set up. Didn't end up red trading any players. We looked at the depth chart to see who we had. We customized the schedule, and I think we're ready to start this season. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to have the first game up in a couple days after this video goes on. So if you want to follow this series, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. I'll see you guys on the first game. Talk to you later.